Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Ravenloft Misfits. I am Jonny, I am the DM, and for a list of the cast names, socials, pronouns, and all that jazz, look at the episode description or the chat. We stream Ravenloft Misfits each Monday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So please make sure to follow us, subscribe to our channel, participate in our chat, join our Discord, share with your friends. If you're watching the recording, please like, comment, and share. If you're listening to the podcast, consider rating the channel 5 stars on Spotify and leaving us a review everywhere else. Yeah. Wow, that was quick. Zack.
Oh boy. I'm real caught off guard. I didn't even get to think of a bit, but that's okay. Because last time I did a straight over the plate ad, I got 4 nat 20. So imagine, if you will, playing D&D with all your friends on Roll20.net, and they give you 4 nat 20s in the course of a combat. Your DM
Guaranteed
would
to
be
work.
so pissed. It's great. So go on to Roll20.net and play Dungeons and Dragons or all your other favorite TTRPGs. It's amazing. It literally makes this whole campaign possible. It's so easy to use and streamlined. Keeps track of all your notes, all your
notes.
monsters, everything.
And the monsters.
A little secret.
And your
We
players.
actually all are in the same room right now, but we just like Roll20 so much that we all face a separate corner and play over Roll20 and
Yeah, like Zack and I are gonna high five right now. See?
Yeah.
It's
Perfect.
literally
It's so real.
I'll do the clap sound.
Yes.
it's literally that
Can we
easy.
get fully? Can we
that
get fully? Can we do?
we would rather play online than in person. Is
Very
that
true.
much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I swear, Becca's like right there. Like it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. We're just
Look, there they are.
there. See,
Right there.
hey, everybody. Yeah.
Hi.
I
Also,
see.
another fun thing about our campaign is Sirenscape. We here at TXP love to talk about the Triple S, the Super Siren subscribers. If you're interested in having epic sounds and music to fill your adventures and give you that true Barovian experience, check out the link in the chat or the episode description. If you end up becoming a Super Siren subscriber, you can actually help our channel as well. So you get music, we get aid, and it is a win-win situation for all. Outside of that, let's do a little recap.
Please.
What happened, Johnny? What happened?
Well, I'll tell you. Last session, you started off with combat, but quickly found that Strahd was just an illusion, which Beatrice was spot on with her assumption in the very beginning.
I know my man when I see him, okay?
Katya was able to throw a giant fucking halberd directly through the illusion of Strahd, and that is when you learned. However, soon after, the giant rock that you had seen before came swooping in, trying to attack Strahd, and in turn, without having anything to attack, turned to you all. Beatrice, you took a massive hit at the very beginning, but Vaughn, you were able to take her place and switch with her, giving her a chance to run. Katya, you were grappled by this gargantuan bird, and as it tried to fly off, Katya and Vaughn were able to keep themselves steadfast on the bridge because of their massive strength. But the final blow came from Arxes. As with like most combat encounters, it's fucking crazy. But the bird was attempting to fly away without Katya, and the last-ditch effort to attack and kill this thing was with an opportunity attack from Arxes, and that gave him something to think about. He found himself hesitating to kill the rock, but continued anyways. But you all hold up in the opposite side of the bridge, the towers on that end. Beatrice and Vaughn spoke about self-perspective and identities. Arxes, Katya, and Esmeralda spoke about revenge and whether it was good to feel happy about the steps that you take to seek that revenge. And toward the end of Katya and Arxes' watch, Casimir arrived and proceeded to go to one of the bridge towers to rest. Beatrice and Casimir shared a watch together where Beatrice went directly to asking what Casimir's deal was. He didn't quite like the line of questioning, nor the way that Beatrice was handling it. So he mainly kept to himself for the rest of the night, and as the morning came, you all packed up and continued your journey to the Amber Temple, with Casimir leading. You were all able to save the cart from falling off the cliffside every so often, and you took shelter in a cave about halfway to the temple. There, Casimir and Vaughn had taken a watch where Vaughn had admitted to Casimir that Strahd von Zarovich was their brother. And with that, Casimir casted suggestion on Vaughn so that they would sleep for the rest of the night, and woke Katya up just to clarify whether Vaughn was actually a sibling to Strahd or not. Katya reassured Casimir that Vaughn isn't actually the sibling to Strahd, and went back to sleep, and Casimir didn't wake Vaughn up for the rest of the night. So, in the morning, you all packed your things and continued down the road for a few other hours before coming to a fork in the road, one way leading to the surrounding mists of Barovia and the other leading to the Amber Temple. Thankfully, you had Casimir as a guide, and you were brought down the correct path rather than blindly leading yourself into the deadly mists. After about another hour, the path finally ended at the face of a mountainside. One second. Tall, pointed mountain. The face of stone has been carved into a facade of large stone. The front of the structure, 50 feet high, and 6 alcoves containing 20-foot tall amber statues depicting a faceless god, this hooded figure, their hands pressed down in a gesture of prayer, and between the 2 innermost statues, a 20-foot tall arched entryway with a staircase leading down. So, as you all approach this stone facade in front of you, the stairs leading down, Casimir walks forward and says, "This is it."
Oh, you were worth the trouble of the wait.
Nothing.
Well, are we just gonna stand here looking at it, or are we gonna go in?
I will follow whatever you go.
Follow? I thought you were the expert.
I have not entered. I have only seen where it is. I know better than to go inside without anyone skilled as you all.
I'll take the lead and start walking up to the door, but can I look around and make sure there's not any traps or something's not going to go off on me?
Yeah, go ahead and do...
Attempting to do this stealthily?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Go ahead and do a perception check then.
A second. Character sheet. Where the hell?
Jesus
Nat
Christ.
20.
What are you,
Thank you, Roll 20.
what are you doing?
Appreciate you so
Dude.
much.
I think Roll 20 just loves Zack.
I
Roll
mean,
20 is flirting with Zack.
That's why we picked Zack to do the Roll 20 ads. Let's be real. I mean,
Yeah.
It's true.
who else is
Love
as
you,
charming as Zack?
I love you, Roll 20. Thank you for supporting our campaign.
Okay. Well, with a natural 20, you begin your walk towards the temple, this large facade carved into this mountainside, and it's loud. Turn that down a little bit. This large stone facade into this mountainside, you see on the right-hand side, it turns back into mountains. On the left side, it turns into this small alcove with broken rubble. And on the right side, you notice there's no broken rubble, and it kind of, you catch that, and You begin making your way towards the left-hand side, just making sure that there's nothing wrong with that. However, with a natural 20, you see that there is actually a crack within the wall leading into the Amber Temple, presumably, as an alternate route outside of the stairs. So you make your way over towards the left, finding that, noting it, and make your way back, looking at the stairway, and it doesn't seem like there's any traps with either entrance.
Hmm. Well,
Can we see the crack?
I pointed out, I'm like, well, the entrance seems safe enough, but there is this alternate way if we want to use that instead.
Sometimes the hardest path to spot is the one you should follow.
Can we even fit in there?
I probably could.
You can make us fit, maybe, depending how thick the wall is.
To note, that little, like, fissure is about 2 feet wide. So you'll have to do some, like, dexterous walking through for Arxes and Katya, just because you both are wearing plate armor.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that everyone else can get through pretty easily.
I think I'm also wearing plate armor.
Oh, right. Yeah, but you're more of a lithe, like...
She's just tiny. She is a small person.
So I would say that you're okay. I would say that Beatrice is fine. So, you have these 2 entrances in front of you. Is there any way that you would like to take?
Can I try and discern what maybe made this fissure in the rock? Was it naturally occurring?
Ow.
A creature?
Sure, go ahead and do, I guess an investigation check would fit the most.
Oh, I get disadvantage for some reason. A 19.
19. 2 things. First, it looks like it's just a natural fissure. Like,
Sure.
the mountain
tear.
moved and it, crumbled, and there is just this path inside. The second thing is that as you're kind of taking a look at everything, you notice a flickering of light on the inside, and you swear you hear voices from within.
I lean closer. I cannot. Okay. Well, do you want to? Can I have a little bit?
Of course. I ripped my finger off.
Because you can hear and see through it or something, right? Or you can hear.
I can do that once per day.
Oh, well, if you don't want to do
for
it right
1
now.
minute. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you'd give me a bit, I can.
I could also wiggle my way in there quietly.
Sure. I think there are. I have voices, which does not necessarily mean people, but 9 times out of 10.
If everyone's content with me doing a little bit of a wiggle, then I will wiggle my way on in.
If
I can
you're close
follow.
enough to be heard, I could walk up to the wall and sense. I have the ability to do that.
Hey, could I see how far in that flickering light was?
It kind of twists and turns, so it's hard to see exactly how far it goes, because there is a point where there is a rock that blocks like a turn in that small fissure that blocks the vision in there. But just from thinking of like the stairway and how close it is to get inside of it, you're guessing it's probably not anything more than like 20 feet.
Well, it's not so far. What's your range? If it's within 20.
About 30 feet is a range I can sense. Celestials, fiends, undead.
Well, first thing says that I'll just take a listen, and I'm going to just try and listen. I'm not super perceptive, though, so if anyone else wants to to see if we can hear what's going on?
I'll get super close to the wall and help.
Okay. So go ahead and do a perception check.
Well, if you're more perceptive than me, you can also take over.
I am not, I guarantee.
Okay, I'll make a perception check. So do I have advantage on this?
Yes.
Okay. Check. I have observant, but I think that only helps if I'm looking at reading lips. Okay, yeah.
It helps your passive perception. It bumps it up by 5.
That's if I took the wisdom option. I took the intelligence option.
That makes sense for you.
Wait, passive perception?
Yeah.
Oh, I do have passive +5 bonus to passive and wisdom score, so my passive should be way higher than it is.
But this is more trying to listen, so it's
active listening.
You're gonna have to,
right.
Yeah.
Fucking
natural 20.
22.
Fuck?
Thank you,
Roll 20.
2 out of the first 3.
Thank you, roll 20.
Jeez. And they're both on perceptions. That's crazy. Okay, so with a 22, you're able to hear the voices are of people. And the reason why you know that is because you don't understand the language that they're speaking, but it's familiar. It sounds very similar to the language of Druidic that you have been hearing in Moonshade, which leads you to believe that these are forest folk, or in this case, maybe mountain folk, people that live in nature of the mountains.
But it's not Elvish.
It is not Elvish, no.
Okay.
And there are multiple voices.
Yeah. I whisper, I think it's forest folk. Can you pick up anything of their nature, Arxes?
I will divine sense. I'll throw it in.
Go ahead and do a... never mind. Not for you.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, with that natural 20, can I tell how many voices it is?
I would say that it's a little difficult to hear even with a natural 20. You know that there are multiple voices. I would say you can get a range between anywhere from 4 to 7-ish.
Dang, so it's a lot of people. Okay.
Yeah. Divine sense. You are overwhelmed with a feeling of evil and darkness. However, that overwhelming feeling is quickly dissolved. Now, you look in front of you with clarity. There is no celestial fiends or undead within 30 feet of you. But there is definitely a very thick feeling of dread and darkness here.
As if this place has been desecrated or consecrated.
It's a hard question to answer. I don't think it's either.
Okay.
It's not consecrated, but it's not necessarily desecrated. But it is filled with evil.
What's your read, Arxes?
The good news is, whoever's inside, if they're close enough, they do not read as fiends or undead or celestials. Although I feel like celestials would be kind of... You'd want that, but anyway, this space, as we expect, it feels bad.
Bad? I don't necessarily expect that. Why would we expect it to be bad? Doesn't this place house the weapon that could destroy the most evil thing in the land? Shouldn't it be glowing and minty flavored?
It could have been at one point. Maybe something took up residence.
I can tell when a place has been made holy either by good or bad things, but it's neither. It's just pure evil.
Well, what are we going to do? Front door?
They're not
Side
undead.
door? We don't even know if these two connect to the same place. We could do both.
What's your opinion?
Mine? Well, it's less likely they know this entrance, so if we're trying to take a sneak attack, that's certainly useful, but I don't like the idea of us being caught in a line like this. I think maybe entering from both sides if they lead to the same place would be beneficial.
Fair.
I
But
can
don't
cast
but
a
I agree.
message within 120 feet, so we could coordinate an attack if we needed to split up.
I could theoretically, hopefully connect all of us if I tried a little bit.
You could.
I
Splitting
could,
up
yes.
sounds dangerous. Are you sure that's the best way to do it?
I'm sorry, Katya, I couldn't hear you over the wind.
I said splitting up sounds dangerous. Are you sure that's the best course of action?
Not necessarily, I'm just... I don't like the idea of us being trapped in a little crevice we have to wiggle our way through like worms.
Yes, in my experience, it's better for only some of us to be held captive rather than all, because then at least the others could find and release the ones who were captured. But I mean,
Well,
I see
Very
your
interesting way to
wisdom in
phrase
staying
that.
together.
In that case, why don't we just go through the front door and we'll keep it open and keep the entrance at our back, so we always have a way out.
I think it's at least worth looking at the front door before we charge in this way.
You're probably right. Can I take a look at this front door?
okay.
Is it locked?
There is no door. Instead, as you
Well,
come
shit.
to this long corridor, you find a set of stairs that descend down into the temple. Here, it's about 30-foot long hallway, 10-foot wide. You see arrow slits on either side, and ahead you just see this vast, dismal darkness.
Does it seem it descends lower than the area of the voices? Because it's descending down and they're theoretically on the same level as us?
There was a slight decline to the crevice, so possibly. I guess with your natural 20 perception and being able to see everything from that, yes, it seems like it is on the same level.
Understood.
The perception check that Katya made just showed us traps near the entrance, not on the actual staircase, yes. I.e. showed us no traps.
I would say that, like, yeah, because you weren't really going down, you were just kind of checking everything, and that's when you saw the other stuff as well. So if you would like to check for traps as going down, that would be more of an investigation check.
Are we descending?
Why not? Come
Lovely.
this far.
All right.
Just be careful,
Alright.
I don't look the like. I've made a few traps in my day and this absolutely screams.
I mean, yeah, I point at one of the arrow holes.
Right.
I
It's
would,
a little urbane.
yes. I'm gonna give myself one of my bolstering magics
Okay.
because I can do that
Sure.
for 10 minutes and have my D3. And then I'm gonna make an investigation check for traps.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm gonna help.
Okay. Sounds
Oh.
good.
Incredible.
I meant
Investigation.
the opposite of urbane.
That's
urbane.
sorry, I have to roll a D3. I have to roll a D3. That's a
Screw you,
30.
Johnny.
30,
you.
lovely.
We're all cheating tonight. We're all using dice modifiers.
Thank you, roll20.net.
Lovely.
How is it
Amazing. Roll 20.
Roll 20 is doing it for us. I'm just saying.
another natural 20? Like,
That's 3 out of 4 rolls.
out of, yeah. 75% of the rolls tonight have been fucking natural
20.net,
20s.
folks. You too can break your campaign with rolls with nat 20s.
God. At this rate, you guys are going to
OP character
slap.
that you've always wanted to. Yeah.
Well, at this rate.
Johnny was like, the Amber Temple's really dangerous, guys. Look
Right.
out. And here we
Yeah.
are.
If we get 5
Well-
nat 20s, can we have a level up?
See, the thing is when you
Not
go
so bad.
into this with all of your natural 20s already spent,
Oh, we're going to only roll nat ones in the first combat we get to.
I'm here
Assume
for
we're
it.
gonna run out of nat 20s.
Yeah, that is under that
Way
assumption.
more than this campaign needs.
God.
Yeah.
Okay. With a natural fucking 20,
Ping all the
To a
traps for
total
me
of
on this map,
30.
please.
All of the traps.
Hilarious.
Yeah, all of them.
Every
you
single one.
descend these stairs, walking into this darkness, and find nothing. No traps to be seen or felt. Nothing. However, as you continue down these stairs, walking into this temple, you find a 20-foot wide balcony. The floor made of marble, overlooking the large temple itself. The shattered railings of this balcony lead to a black marble staircase on either side of you to the left and right, which descend down 30 feet to the temple floor below. The vaulted ceiling above, 30 feet above the balcony, looks to have been masterfully crafted, though time has shown through cracks and missing chunks of marble. However, both with the ceiling and walls, they are all covered in this amber glaze, which casts a golden sheen across the gloom of this temple. At the far end of this chamber, you see a 40-foot tall statue of a cowled figure in flowing robes similar to the ones that you had seen outside. This figure has its hands outstretched in the midst of casting a spell, its face void of anything, just utter blackness. On either side of this ominous statue, you see 2 marble balconies, the one on the left seeming to be partially collapsed and fallen down to the temple's floor. To your direct left and right, you see a set of amber doors on either side, and to the left, the door sits closed. To the right, slightly ajar. The left one is most likely the room that you had seen that fissure entering. But the most interesting part of this entire place is just the silence. You feel a sense of unease, like enemies might be hidden everywhere around you.
I look to Vaughn and everyone. First, I look at everyone, and then I look at Vaughn specifically, and I go. I don't say anything, and I just go.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my psionic power, my psychic whispers. I can establish a telepathic connection between myself and others. I can choose one or more creatures up to my proficiency bonus, and then for a number of hours based on my die, which is a 6.
Okay.
So for 5 hours, we can communicate telepathically, and I can select 4 people, and I'm gonna choose not Casimir.
Of course not. Naturally.
Yeah. Well, the way it's also phrased is they can communicate with me,
Okay.
and I can communicate with them, like individually.
Gotcha.
But-
Makes
I
sense.
have to like relay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll
I do
start
that?
trying to think. Is this working? Is it working?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I think it's best if we communicate this way for the time being. If
I'm just like broadcasting
that
what
way.
Arxes says.
Sure.
Yeah. what shall we do?
I want to move. I don't want to get closer to that door, but I think someone should try and listen and see who might be in there.
Would I know from like the way that Beatrice described the language if it is like if it's Sylvan instead, or is it just like an offshoot of Druidic?
I would say, based on just... Beatrice, do you know Sylvan?
No, but I know Elvish. And
I would
Draconic.
say no. Only because since she doesn't know Sylvan, she's not able to describe it, and she would have described it as Druidic.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can go investigate the door if that is what we are looking to do. How dare you think?
It's
I'm
probably
trying to
hear
think
me
about a
or
new
Arxes
magic item I
coming.
got. Okay, so I actually am going to wait a minute, let me try out something new. And I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts via my new helm that I crafted.
Mhm.
If I can get within 30 feet of the door, I can start to detect these surface level thoughts of any creature within 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh, certain creatures. When you cast spells, you mind on one creature that you can see within 30 feet. Crap, so I can't do it. Never mind. I
No,
can't
that's
see
not
them.
true. Ping it. Because I think there was something else about it. I think you can enter a room and do a clean sweep of a room just to make sure that there's no other creatures within.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Give me a second to Google that. Or not
Sure.
Google it. Roll 20. It.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You don't have the actual.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't have the spell. I just
forgot.
have the
Okay. So, for the narration.
I mean, I can copy and paste it. It's a long description. It's a very complicated.
It's all good. You can also use a spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast a spell or use your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock and 2 inches of any metal other than lead or a thin sheet of lead blocks you. You can't detect a creature with an intelligence of 3 or lower, blah, 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 blah. Once you detect something, you can read its thoughts for the rest of the duration as described above. So, let me double check what these doors are made of, because if they're made of stone, then that is not possible.
2 feet of stone?
Or
Oh,
if there's
they-
I think
yeah,
it
2
moves
feet.
around
Was
like
that what
a
it was?
gap.
Yeah.
2
It's
feet
like
of
2
rock,
feet.
2 inches of
feet.
I was
metal.
thinking 2 inches of metal. Yeah, no, you'd be good then. Yeah, you'd be okay.
You never know with
cast
these
through it.
ancient temples. They
Yeah, you never know, man.
build a
Door.
meaty
You know?
door.
You gotta be strong.
Like that's 30 feet. So I'd have to get closer to the door. But I'll
Right.
just come to here.
Okay. As you move, making intentions to make your way that way, you all simultaneously hear this voice in your head.
You are trespassing into dangerous territory. Why have you come?
All telepathically in your head.
I immediately look around for any source of... I look instinctually toward the statue.
Do a perception check.
Does it feel like we can respond?
With a 9, no. Yes. It does. And if anything, you can speak aloud
Everything's frozen
The-
again.
if
absolutely
you'd
not.
like.
No, not that yet. Not till we see what's going on in that room.
Sure.
I'm keeping my... Also, outside I glance at that, I want to keep my ear in the direction of the door.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Rip.
It's
We're in the
evil.
Matrix.
The evil voice got Arxes.
I'll
Arxes got.
join through my phone so that we can at least have the overlay working.
We might be going to hotspot. All right.
I'm gonna brain respond.
Okay. Brain respond. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Okay. Brain respond.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
I said we are here for the power to slay a great evil. Kind of like looking around,
Okay.
like ready for something to like jump out at me.
Sure. There's no immediate answer. And each of you don't quite
this is
know
good
that
news.
Katya has said something.
Oh, so it's not like we're all hearing it?
No, it just seems like it's connecting to each of you and not connecting everyone.
Ah, same.
And I kind of threw Vaughn's mind
sure.
brain.
Okay.
I say like, did everyone else
Simultaneously.
hear that?
I would say that simultaneously
Yes.
works because you're thinking still and you're telepathically
Yeah.
communicating.
So
So that
I
works.
do it through that, and then I'm also separately just like, did everyone else hear that?
Yes.
As you say that, you hear the voice again.
Your intentions must be proven. Open your minds. Allow me to see what you truly seek. Should you fail, should you resist, should you be seeking dark power, death will greet you faster than a blink of an eye. This is your final chance to turn back.
Maybe Arxes should wait outside.
Yeah, I think Vaughn just like slow turns and looks at Arxes.
You know, we all just like
Arxes
look
is-
at him.
Arxes is sweaty.
expressionless. He's got no expression on his face.
I sort of
Beatrice,
like,
Have you
What?
casted Detect Thoughts yet?
yeah, I did.
You did?
I think I would have as I was approaching the door, so I'm assuming I cast it before. I don't know. It depends on if I would have been able to get within range before this thing started talking.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. Cool.
So did I cast it or no?
Yeah, I was just asking if you casted it or not. So yes, you said you casted it. But what do you all say?
Can I insight check this motherfucker?
Sure. Go ahead and do an insight check.
Okay. What are buttons?
It's a good question.
7.
There's the bad rolls.
Oh wait, no wait, I get a D3. Wait, this will save me.
The roll 20
it'll
giveth.
totally
Eight.
save you.
The roll 20 taketh away.
Oh, I can use a psionic knack to roll a D6.
Oh my god.
If you
Oh,
would like
hold
to
up.
do that,
Hold
Go
up, hold
for
up,
it.
hold up. Have
Okay.
you considered?
7,
14.
8, 14. Actually, that got a lot better. Still,
Not good enough.
without
yeah.
being able to see any body language or who this voice is or what this voice is, it's hard
Yeah.
to read.
Right. I mean, it's another faceless entity, right?
Correct.
Does it feel like the same faceless entity?
No.
Okay.
So,
Are we opening our minds or what?
Are we sure? Should all of us be
I-
opening our minds?
I don't think we have an option for some of us. It has to be all.
You could wait outside.
I'm sure
I
it's
do.
going to ask.
All right. Open my mind.
Oh shit. All right. All right.
Okay.
Bring it on.
all right.
I just love this from Casimir's perspective, where we're all just kind of standing there looking at each other.
He kind of sees what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, he hears this voice as well, and he figures that you're probably all talking to each other.
Yeah, Esmeralda's in our call too.
Of course. Yeah. I'm gonna roll a d6. We're gonna see who goes first, and we're gonna go in clockwise. So it's Beatrice, Esmeralda, Arxes, Katya, Vaughn, Casimir. Arxes.
Oh, we're gonna die immediately, huh?
That's the worst one it could have been.
Arxes. Being the very first one. Okay.
I'm gonna open my hand
While
up
it's
first. So it makes
time.
sense.
So, Arxes, you open your mind.
Mhm.
Beatrice. It's at this moment that you detect a presence. Well, first off, let's see who you
That'd
see
be within
first.
range, I believe.
You detect one presence from your left, from the doors just next to you. They seem to be within 30 feet of you. However, you also detect, just below each of you, under the balcony, another presence. Something...
Individual or one?
An individual. Something...
So, sorry, I mean like individual under each of us, there's a different separate presence?
Oh, no, just one. Just one.
Okay.
Yeah. Under this balcony, there is something there. However, when you finally catch this, Arxes, you feel this claw into your mind, this probing feeling of someone sifting through your memories, your thoughts.
I hate it.
And the first instinct is to block it out. But you know what might happen if you do, so you allow them in until your memories go through Leyland, Aurora, Strahd, your previous adventuring party, your loves of your life, and then it ends. The Kingmaker, this amorphous voice that haunts you, near controls you, gives you your power, and as it stops on there, it focuses in, analyzing what this creature might be, and then it digs deeper, and you're back to that vision that you had seen in the winery. It watches you descending the stairs, putting your hand on that sarcophagus, and blowing it up with your fire. And at that, you feel this claw at your mind. And is there anything that anybody would like to do at this moment?
While
Does
that
it
was
look like
happening,
something's happening?
You see, as strong as Arxes is, this is painful. You don't take any damage, but it is definitely painful. You see a wince from Arxes. So I would say that you all understand that Arxes is the one that is being probed at the moment.
I would
Arxes'
just
face is very much contorting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would just communicate. There's a presence directly underneath us, and then I want to try and cast Detect Thoughts. I can't cast Detect Thoughts on this person through the door because I can't see them, right?
No, once you connect to something, you can read their thoughts.
Got it. I want to read
yeah.
surface level thoughts of the person within 30 feet. That's what I'm
Person in the
focusing on.
left or the person below?
Oh, I had not
Because you can do
considered.
both. You've connected to the creature below.
I want to detect thoughts on the creature below.
Okay. Surface thoughts?
It's surface level thoughts.
You know
I'm not
what?
delving deeper at this point.
I want to just double check a few things. Okay. Surface level thoughts. You see, I would say, ooh.
Am I seeing what's in Arxes' head?
You are seeing what's
Oh,
in
gosh.
Arxes' head.
Oh, shit.
No.
You are seeing.
Oh,
no.
You are seeing Arxes, or at least not really seeing, but feeling there is some sort of pull. And Arxes, ever since you've entered into this temple, you felt a pull to the back right of this temple. Something is wanting you to go deeper. Beatrice, you feel this pull. You feel it coming from the back right, and you understand that Arxes is here on a mission. And you get this feeling of some sort of amber sarcophagus that is most likely containing whatever this creature that has its talons deep within Arxes. And you feel the intention of Arxes to destroy and release whatever this is. You also feel these surface thoughts of, they cannot enter. I must kill them. I must get back.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Anything else anyone would like to do?
I'm gonna hold an attack
Okay.
on whatever the biggest threat is gonna be, whether that's Arxes or something else.
Sure. Okay. Beatrice, you feel that being disappear from your range. It is no longer there. Does anybody want to do anything?
It's through the mental connection. It's whatever was underneath us, it's gone.
It just left.
It read something in Arxes and then it left. It said it had to get back. I'm gonna slowly approach the edge. I'm gonna approach the staircase and try and peer underneath.
Okay. Go ahead and do a perception check, though with disadvantage because it is relatively dark in here.
Sure.
13. Underneath, you see there is a doorway that leads into another unseen chamber just below where you had entered.
So, like, underneath, heading back that way?
Back towards where the stairway is. There is a doorway there. However, outside of that, nothing.
Slowly and quietly return. Well, actually, I'm still within mental range, so I communicate that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shift my detect thoughts to whoever, if
Sure.
anyone else I can sense here?
Mm-hmm. At this place, you are able to sense 2 creatures at this point. However, as you detect these people on the other side of this wall, each of you hear the voice again.
Your intentions are vile. Leave, or fire will burn you.
But I still can't feel that presence returning, so it has like an extended...
Correct.
All right, but you didn't really poll everyone, did you? Just response back to it.
Doesn't answer.
Rude.
Am I
You
still
see-
being like mentally accosted, or am I
No.
good now?
At this point, you are good.
Okay.
You do see Casimir casting mage armor.
I think we're just going to have to proceed and face the danger.
All right. You see Esmeralda pulling out her crossbows.
I draw my sword.
I make my sword appear.
This is the wrong decision.
Am I getting anything from the people in the other room?
As you peer into the mind of one of these,
The first one. I'll just...
Creatures.
Whichever one I detected
Sure.
first.
you get on surface level thoughts, you get the feeling of, shit, we lost him. I need to keep everyone, their morals high. We need to leave tomorrow. But that is it. As that happens.
Can I ping a magical awareness?
Sure.
60 feet.
60 feet.
Yes.
And is it only things that you can see?
Anything that's not behind total cover.
Behind total cover, okay.
Yeah.
1 second.
I'm also probably on the move towards Beatrice.
Go ahead and place yourself where you would like to go.
I'm probably like here.
Okay.
On my way. Making my way.
Making my way.
Yeah, nice.
Let's see. You do detect some magical presence to your left. On this level of the balcony.
Beatrice.
On this level of the balcony, you see on both sides of the wall, there are 3 arrow slits on either end. On the left-hand side, through one of the arrow slits, you see this faint green flicker.
Beatrice.
And as that happens, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
There it is.
Uh-oh.
Because
I was just waiting for it. Yep.
it is getting into that time.
Fuck.
Yeah.
There it is. What we say about nat ones in combat?
Thank you, roll
There
20,
it is.
At least it was initiative.
True.
4.
And I got a nat 20.
Of course you did.
We've all got a nat 20 so far.
There it
Of
is.
course you did.
Everybody gets one.
Why
at
did we
least.
both roll? Why did we roll 21s and 4s?
Yeah, right. Oh, whoops.
We're in sync.
Can you,
Gosh.
Ellen, do you
Yep.
mind? Yeah, thank you. Okay, 4.
Quick question, Johnny.
Yes.
Is there a lock on this door? Is there any metal on it, or is it wood?
It does not look like there's any lock or anything like that.
This is party
it is
synergy.
actually an amber door.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is the color
Let's
of your
roll some
energy.
initiative for everyone else. I will allow people go ahead and do like you can move around to wherever you feel like you would have ended up at the end of that. But
I feel like Arxes would have started trying to go down the right stairs. He would have been like right
Okay.
here.
Oh
I'm
shit.
going to.
I'd like to imagine I got one step
Okay.
closer before shit kicks.
I was gonna say I would follow Vaughn, but I don't. I'd follow one of the two of you.
Sure.
I think I'm right here in the middle.
I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna roll my own so that natural 20 on my end too.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Everyone's got
Okay.
one.
All right, okay.
For a good guy,
that
right? For something
is-
good?
No,
Not for the voice?
I also
the
have
voice
a
is-
21.
Oh my god. Calm down.
Come on,
Okay.
boys.
Let's see.
How are we
Katya's still
tie
going
breaking that?
first at 4.
That's a good
You have a
question.
higher dex, so
I think we decided last time to do rollies, and I think that's a great idea. I think we should
Rollies?
all do
Okay.
rollies. So I'm gonna
No
roll.
rollies.
I got a 13.
We just roll in a flat d20.
Yeah, just a flat
I got an
d20.
8.
Well, that makes sense.
Got 13.
Ooh, 13 to 13. Re-roll.
Do it again.
Oh
do
my
it again.
god.
Oh, that's
the
a
hell?
1. Okay.
I got a 7.
I'm gonna let you
Alright.
go first, Beatrice, because I got a nat 1.
Cool. Makes sense.
It only feels fair.
Of all the nat 20s, I, the one without the nat 20, go first.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so, Vaughn, you were going first before the voice that has.
That doesn't
costed
help me
each of you.
super much.
No, it does not. Okay.
I mean, you saw the thing glowing in the wall.
Yeah,
Right.
does it tell me kind of like what, when you sense a spell, you learn which school of magic it belongs to? I assume it's evocation. Never mind.
Actually, this one seems to be. 1 second. This one is not evocation. I know that.
Green fire?
I would say.
Necromancy, isn't it?
Necromancy,
Necromancy.
probably.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
I would say necromancy.
Okay.
I would say
Oh,
a
that's a
bit
bad
of
one.
necromancy
Diplomacy.
and conjuration, like a mix between the two.
And like, where is this placed on? Like, here is it like where on the thingy? I don't know what I'm saying.
I see. To the left up here. Do you see it?
Okay, it's like way down there.
Yeah,
Oh,
way
wait,
down
sorry,
there.
where was it? Oh, it's way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To the
okay.
left over there. Okay, so with all of
Look how
the
Katya's token
initiative,
keeps sneaking in the first place.
I know, right?
Get out of there.
Okay, so
Ah, so I see.
Vaughn,
Yes.
you notice this green flickering coming from each of the 3 arrow slits.
Okay.
You notice. What would you like to do?
I noticed, but they're not doing shit, huh?
Not yet. It seems like the green flickering is beginning to glow.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do what I'm meant to do, and that's be in front of Beatrice.
Okay, you jump in front of Beatrice.
I'm gonna
Right.
at least go partially down the
Sure.
stairs as well.
Okay.
And then I would like to rage.
Alright.
Please and thank you. It means I get to roll a little die.
Yes, of course, of course.
Oh, what the hell does that mean? Who's to say? Who's to know? I have too many things. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Flowers and vines temporarily grow around me.
Wow.
The ground
That's
within
nice.
15 feet of me is difficult terrain for my enemies.
So purty. All right. So that is your turn. All right.
I'm gonna hold my action. Calm down.
Okay.
I'm going to hold my action to throw a psychic dagger at whatever the first threat I see appears
Awesome.
within range.
Sounds good. Okay, so with that is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Now it brings us to the voice's turn.
Is it Blake Shelton or who?
It's Pharrell, actually.
Oh, nice.
What is the range on that? It's... Just want to double check. Okay, no.
No, blast me.
Not yet. What about this?
Not yet.
None. That is good. Okay.
You say not
Each
yet
of
as
which
if it's
must
going to
be
survive.
Then that.
I'm strong. No one's stronger than me. I'm the strongest person.
Okay.
It's true.
We discovered that last
Arxes.
session.
I need you to do a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, but I get a +5 because I'm cool.
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
Yes. All right.
It's a net 20.
Wow. All right.
You roll 20.net. Let's fucking go.
Jesus.
Touch me.
Okay, well
My
that's
lord.
good because this
Plus
was
5.
a big
Don't forget,
hit.
plus
31.
Okay. Targets within. Okay. Okay. And then I need to do a dex save for Casimir, Esmeralda, and Katya. Also a dex save.
Also get a nat 20. Easy.
Yeah, you got
Let's
it.
do it.
No problem.
12 for Casimir. That is a
Wasn't
fail.
natural.
22.
Fuck good.
Nice.
Casimir's gonna immediately die, huh?
And Esmeralda's
He's no
gonna get
longer
like
useful
crazy
to us.
high. 18.
That a
Okay.
nat 1?
No,
With
that
a
was with
15?
disadvantage. No, she got an 18. She's good.
That still was a nat 1, and it still came out to
And
be
a 15.
on
Oh
the
yes,
other one.
yeah. That was a 4 for an 18. So
That's wild.
everyone passes except for Casimir.
This man's gonna get incinerated immediately. Good
Since we
riddance.
round up,
Cast.
each of you take 26 damage,
Kind of damage.
lightning damage.
Oh, fun.
Casimir takes 51 lightning damage,
Jesus Christ.
and
He's dead, isn't he?
he is indeed down.
He's not coming back up.
He gets one-shotted and he is down. He is unconscious, fighting for his fucking life. He is down. That was
Piece of shit.
the quickest
Why the fuck did we bring him? Useless.
You watch
guy on the
as
floor?
from this giant hooded
Only good
figure
for scouting.
within the void of blackness under its hood shoots out this giant purple lightning that arcs directly into Arxes and shoots out into three different
Arxes.
directions, slamming into Katya, Esmeralda, and of course Casimir. All of you take that 26 lightning damage and feel your body freeze and tense up, this electrical energy coursing through your body, but yet you shrug it off, taking a significant amount of damage, but you are still up.
A hellish rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke. Okay, check and make sure that you have to be able to see this person because currently
Are they not visible? You said there was a hooded figure, right?
it's that giant statue.
Oh.
Yeah. So and then also check the range because I think it needs to be within like 30 feet. Or no, 60, I think.
Double check. Yeah, 60 feet that you can see.
Okay. I don't
Does the
think it's
statue
within.
not count as if it casted from it? Is that the?
It's also 95 feet away, so unfortunately,
there
you're
you
not
go.
even able to
Never mind.
hit it anyways. So with that, Arxes, you're up.
Oh gosh. All right. So it came from the statue. Is what you
Correct.
say, right?
That's bad.
All right. This is what I'm gonna do then. Let me make sure this is an action or a bonus action before I do this. Oh, as an action. So I'm gonna. Don't believe it's the statue itself that is doing this. I don't know. So I'm gonna use my action to divine sense.
Okay. Divine Sense, you again get that evil overloading feeling that washes away pretty quickly. And currently, let's see. Currently there's nothing within 30 feet of you, but I would give you this.
It's in with 60 feet. I just read it. It's 60 feet.
Oh, it's 60 feet?
Yeah.
It's 10 feet away. I would say that you're able to see that green flickering flame that comes from within that arrow slit is undead.
Mhm. Okay. So I use my action to do that, and then I bonus action
Okay.
cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
All right. And with that cast, it is. Do you want to move?
Yeah. I'm going to. Sorry, let me make sure. I can make it there. Oh no, I can't. No,
30.
I can't. But I can almost make it there. I can next time.
Right.
I will move there. Just
Okay.
right on the other side of Katya. That's my turn.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So, with that, Esmeralda is going. Esmeralda knows that numbers are what wins fights.
Like nat 20s?
No, she's gonna heal this stupid little man.
Oh, she doesn't have any healing.
Good. Then she curb stomps him,
Yeah.
puts him out of his misery.
She will, however, move him kind of out of. No, she's gonna do a medicine check. Cause she can't really. I guess she could try. Hold on. You know what? She's gonna go into her vampiric movement. She's gonna sprout out her wings, downing one of her vials of blood, and she is going to instead, not really focusing on Casimir, she is going to fly out to about here, and she is going to shoot at whatever this thing might be, which is within 40 feet of her. She is going to, so that was her vampiric movement. She can use this another time. Okay, cool. And that was... Is that a bonus action? No, it's not even a bonus action. She could just use that. Nice. Okay, cool. So then as a bonus action, she is going to also kind of clip the side of her leg with her crossbow. And she's going to use Rite of the Dawn, which is... Oh, only 1 slashing damage. Nice. Okay. Taking that 1 slashing damage, she's going to shoot at this creature. As she does, she's going to call out to everybody and say, "These are flame skulls. They have spellcasting abilities. Just everyone get away from each other." And with that, going to do her attack. Does she have disadvantage? Hold on 1 second. She will. Okay, so then she will move in a different spot so that she doesn't get that disadvantage. She's right here. She's going to go here. Okay. And here comes the attack with a regular hand crossbow. It's 25 to hit, dealing that 11 and 2 right damage to this one. And I believe they take resistance to piercing. Okay, but the full attack of that 2 damage. Okay, so that is 8 damage to that thing. Cool. Not 68. All right, at that, Casimir. Casimir is gonna roll, and I will not tell you what happens because I like that idea.
Yeah, cool beans.
Okay.
That is their death save. It is now these flame skulls. So, one of them can't really. Okay, one of them is going to cast magic missile towards Esmeralda. That is 11 force damage. Holy shit. Yeah, 11 force damage. Okay, Esmeralda takes that. And I need everyone to do a dex save.
Are they coming out at all?
They are not. They seem to just be behind cover.
Anyone within 10 feet gets a +5.
So that would be Katya.
Good thing.
Okay.
The nat 20.
Natural 20.
Let's fucking
Nice.
go.
Okay. 2 natural 20s on that. All right. This is... Ooh. Everyone passes, thankfully. You all take 15 damage of fire. Arxes, that is down to 8. And... I need everybody to do another dexterity save because that is what they are doing. So... Arxes, pass,
15.
pass, and...
Sorry.
You're good.
11.
That is a fail. So this one is coming to you, Beatrice. Well, everybody. But another 28 damage to everybody.
Wait, how much was the first amount of damage?
First
I
one
missed
was
that.
15 that you took
Okay.
of fire.
28.
And then another 14
Oh,
to everybody that passed, and 28 to you, Beatrice.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and I take 7, correct?
yes, correct.
This is fire.
All right, that is their turn. Beatrice, you are up.
That was not pleasant. I am going to... They didn't emerge from the holes, they're just still in them.
Correct. They are shooting and popping shots off of the archer holes. So currently they have about 3/4 cover.
I
Or
see.
are they
Okay.
seeable so I could throw something at them?
They are seeable. You can see them. 3/4 cover. That's about it, though.
So there
Yeah, but I would like to throw I would like to use my held action against them then.
Oh,
Are
sure.
there
Yeah.
Are there 6 of them? Because that's how many things I'm
Only
seeing.
3. Yeah. You see on the left-hand
let's
side,
look
there's
at
3.
something.
That's it.
And I don't see anything on this side,
You
on
do
the
not.
other side.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I had to learn to read for the first time.
You're good.
I am going to shoot. That was a lot more damage than I was expecting to take. I'm going to cast. You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is, I like sizzling. Beatrice is going to, she's going to reach down to her mechanical leg, make a quick adjustment. You hear like a vrrr of something starting up, and she begins to levitate off the ground with a winged boot attachment, which is a new
Okay.
fusion. And she is going to use her full action movement, whatever, but movement and stuff. She's got 60 feet. Shoot. It didn't target me last time, but I'm worried about, like, I can't really get that far other than going over here. I'm going to... I'm gonna move... Man, sorry, I am really struggling.
You're good. I took a
sh-
really long time on my turn too. I had like 3 different things of like NPCs to go through before it was your guys' turn, so it makes sense.
Got it. I'm gonna get underneath the staircase for cover, and then, which I don't think will take my full movement, and then I'm going to use an action to cast Scorching Ray
Okay.
at, or I guess I could do it before I move because they would probably have too much cover, but I'm gonna Scorching Ray, and I'm gonna Scorching Ray the nearest one.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Do an intelligence check.
Oh, they're fire. Never mind.
Right.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
Sorry.
You were told what they are, so I would imagine that
Yeah.
Beatrice would know what a flame skull is. You know that they're
Yep.
immune to fire.
I am going to. Crap. That's really my big thing is fire, which is not great for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get underneath
Well,
there and I'm going to
shit.
cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get myself cover and cast Cure Wounds.
So you're jumping under the balcony stairs?
Yeah, with the leg. I'm going to get underneath and away.
Sure. Okay.
Like,
yeah,
kind of
you get
back
good cover
here.
that way. Cool. All right. Beatrice yeets out of there. That brings us to Katya.
Did I hit?
Oh, you did a 19, throwing it at the first one you said?
Whichever was the first one that I have best line. Well, the best line of
Yeah,
sight
the first
on.
one I would say is the best
Okay.
one to get. That would be a 19. Yes, that does hit. And that deals that 9 damage. All of it seeming to hurt. So yeah, you're good.
Sweet.
Yep. Okay. Katya.
How high off the ground is this balcony?
I believe it's like 20 feet?
Oh, fuck that. Okay. All right. She's flying. Sorry, one. Now I gotta think of
Yeah.
what I'm doing. Okay, can I
30 feet.
spider climb onto the what?
It's 30
Oh.
feet, by the way.
Fuck. All right, great. I'm gonna spider climb onto the outside of this railing, and then Misty step straight down onto the floor,
Okay.
and then I want to. It's not gonna work.
That wall is a balcony in itself. You see that. Actually, no, hold on. Let me just double check. I don't think it is. I think I'm wrong. Continue what you're doing.
Wait, so is it...
There is a wall that goes up. If you're trying to run up the wall, you can.
From where I was standing?
From where you are now, like you can run over and run up the wall if you're trying to. I just wanted to clarify.
No, but what's where there's a gap behind, like here. Shit, I can't ping. All this, there's like a gap underneath that platform.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, there's a gap this way. Yeah, about like 30 feet.
That's fine. I'm gonna just move up here.
Okay.
And my fucking turn, I guess.
Okay. You have an action.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, I'm gonna pull out a crossbow and try and plink into one of these.
You know what I can do?
Archer
I'm going to put you on the lower floor.
Ooh.
Can you see the lower floor now?
No.
No. Dang. Tried to set up these macros. Oh, that's why. Because nothing is revealed. 1 sec. I got a API script through Roll20 where you can move individual people into different maps.
Cool.
Not having to have them all in the same place.
Wait, hang on. I forgot. Maybe I missed this part. How high off the ground are these archer holes that these skulls are in?
30 feet up.
30 feet off the ground? Okay, well then I'm gonna... Okay, nope. Take it all back.
Not from the balcony, from the lower part of the...
Right, yeah.
Like when, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to...
Okay, so then I will put you back.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna dash...
Okay.
Right here. Spider climbing along the wall so that I'm right at the archer hole.
Sure.
Right.
Alrighty.
Okay. And then I'm gonna action surge and I'm just going to like just stab the halberd straight into the hole.
Okay. So you're rushing over there. And that was your action. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, that was a dash. And then I'm gonna use action surge to...
And then you have your bonus action as well. So
what?
Go ahead.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have your bonus action as well, but go ahead with the attack then. Or the 2
Great.
attacks, I guess.
The 12 hit.
12 does not hit.
Okay, great. What about an 18?
18 does hit. And I think having a halberd is the only reason why you're not getting disadvantage in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But you have 12 slashing and then your 12 or your 2 dueling style. Okay. Sweet. It seems like all of that hits at 14 damage. And that
Great.
thing starts to flicker from just that one attack.
That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Vaughn, you are back up.
Hello, yes, absolutely lovely. I'm gonna... where would be like down here, like where would be like a good line of sight to not have to like avoid, like to interface with cover with them, like from the base level?
You're trying to find a place with cover, but still
No,
being able to get a line of sight.
No, where I'm not interfacing with their cover. I don't care about being in the wide open.
You don't want to be in sight of them.
No,
Okay.
I want to see them the best that I can.
Got it.
Yes.
I would say the best way to see them would just be like straight on right here.
Great.
Yeah.
I will go straight on right there.
Cool.
And the one that Katya hit is kind of flickering around.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw another dagger at it.
Okay.
If that sounds good to you. Where the hell is my dagger? There it is. The 28 hit.
Holy shit, even with 3/4 cover. Yeah, you're good. Okay. And that one is gone.
Oh yeah.
Then I'll take my second attack and throw one at the next one.
Okay.
18.
18 and 3/4 cover gives +5, I believe. You just hit.
Great.
Yep, so that is another 12 damage. Right on. Okay. That is your turn?
Do I want to use a bonus action for anything? There's nothing for me to do down here, right? It's just kind of a space.
Yep.
Can I make an Arcana check?
On
To
what?
to see if I can identify the spell that was cast on Arxes and to see if our positioning right now is bad. If it casts a similar spell.
Yeah, go ahead and do an Arcana check, yeah.
Great, thank you. 21.
Yeah, most likely.
Most likely
at
our
least-
positioning's bad?
At least you and Katya. If you were to get targeted, you and Katya would be targeted. If Arxes were to be targeted,
Casimir would die.
Casimir would die. Pretty much.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I would rather Katya and I get targeted than everyone else.
And Esmeralda would be targeted as well.
Yeah, I don't care about Esmeralda. I'll stay right where I am.
Okay.
I'm underneath the stairs, my boy. You don't have to.
Yeah,
run behind me.
you're good.
Yeah. I'll stay where I am and be a little menace.
Okay. And then your bonus action?
I don't think I can do anything useful.
Aren't you able to throw another dagger with your bonus action?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was
you're
gonna say, I was
right.
like,
Why
I
not?
believe in you.
okay,
Sorry,
cool.
yeah.
Nice.
There's another one.
Okay, cool.
another.
Yeah, that definitely hits. And it was, yeah, your bonus action. Cool. So you already took that out. That is another 10 damage. Nice. Okay. It goes to the voice's turn.
Like I'm playing a carnival game with these little stupid skulls in these holes.
Yeah.
It's like
Huh.
I'm humming a circus ditty to myself. I'm humming it in my mind, broadcasted to the voice.
Still not in range. Okay. We are going to do another fireball.
Fuck.
Another fireball. Didn't it do lightning last time?
It did.
Well, the flame skulls all did fireballs, basically.
Fun.
If the voice didn't.
If it does that... Oh, but you moved 20 feet back, right, Beatrice?
I'm like
went, like, under
I
and
would
then
be
you went
like
back, right?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then... How far down did you go?
I'm right up against the ceiling.
You went up.
Just
Okay.
underneath. Yeah. I'm not on the ground.
Okay. Unfortunately, this still hits you because it goes around stuff. So it's going to be targeting both Esmeralda, or all three, Esmeralda, Arxes, and Beatrice. So I need deck saves from each of you.
All right.
18.
Okay. That is a success. And we are going to cast
Ooh,
it
it's a
at...
Oh no! Still with a +5.
We are going to cast this at 5th.
Cute.
Beautiful.
That's a cute number.
And this is coming from the statue?
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so not too bad. But 34. Beatrice, you pass, so that brings it down to, what would half of that be?
17.
17, yeah. Arxes, you take the full... Oh, no. My camera overheated, but
Oh.
I'm here still.
Oh no.
That's
It's like...
way-
It's
that's
all
even
those
way too
fireballs you're
luckier.
casting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they cast
it is
not
the
that.
voice coming to you.
Is-
I
So,
was just gonna
this is a
cast ice and
fireball, correct?
freeze us.
correct,
Yes.
this is a fireball. The fireball
so I
comes
take
at
half
you...
too still.
Yeah, so you take 17 still, and Esmeralda is going to do her dexterity check, or dexterity save. That is a 30, so she definitely
Jesus Christ.
passes. She
Calm
only
down,
takes that
ma'am.
17. I know. Dude, blood hunters, man. They get like
Yeah.
plus whatever their intelligence is to every single to strength, dexterity, and con. It's crazy. Anyways,
That's nice.
all right. So, after that, that brings us to Arxes.
Arxes is feeling a little woozy after that one.
Yeah, I bet.
Toasty.
But you see the fire in his crown flare as he's pissed, and he raises this hand that's not holding the sword, and you see this like sort of like gray clearish like ball start to form in front of his hand as he's holding it up, and then it slowly moves towards right here.
Okay.
As I cast Shatter right there. Centered
Shatter.
right-
Nice.
Right there. Every
Okay.
creature within 10 feet of that will take, has to make I believe it's a dex save. Let me double check.
I think it's a con save, yeah.
Oh, con save, or they take 3d8.
Creatures made
damage.
of
Let me-
bone make that check at disadvantage.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
made
nice.
of bones.
Okay. Interesting. I never knew that. That's an interesting little addition. Okay, so,
Oh, wait, maybe I'm wrong. A creature made of... Wait, on mine I thought it said bone.
inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal. Oh,
Oh, never mind. Sorry,
well.
I misread that on mine. I
that would
thought
have
it
been
said
really cool,
stone.
though. It makes sense.
Damn.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do next.
Right. Okay, so that
Sorry.
is going to go ahead and roll the 3d8, I believe. Yeah, 3d8. 11
Did you
damage.
do the middle
Nice.
one or the far one?
Both of
In the
them.
middle one.
Hits both.
So they
Both
would-
of
they
them
would
are
both
going to be
take
hit by that. So,
Am I gonna be hit? Is my question.
no,
don't
I think
so, 'cause they're
you're
up.
okay. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
so is Katya. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Oh, my bad.
You are within.
Yeah.
You are 15 feet away, so you're good.
Okay.
Just out of range.
Barely.
All right. So
Con save DC 16.
con save DC 16. First one in the middle is a 19, and the one on the other one
half.
is an 11. So that is going to be a full 11, 11 damage to the other one, as well as a 6 to this one. Okay. Let's see.
One
Yes.
second. And then I am going to... Is it an action or a bonus action? Let me double check. Okay, so no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bonus action dash.
Okay.
Because I'm wild here, I'm going to go down. I'm not going to go down the stairs. I'm going to go down
You're gonna jump.
this way, yeah.
Okay. Do a dex
so-
save as you jump down.
Dex save. Because Esmeralda said don't get close to each other, so I'm not going to...
Right.
So 25.
Okay. So then you take. Whew, rolled high on that one. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall down. You feel your ankle kind of give out. I would also. Never mind. Go ahead.
So right there. And then I'm going to... How far down is it? 20 feet, you said?
It is 30 feet down.
30 feet, okay.
But you fall that. That's not part of your. You only have 5
Okay.
feet gone at this point just to move over
Okay.
it.
In which case, I'm going to go... no, sorry. There.
Okay. And
I still don't know how to do the thing, so
are
it's
you
gonna...
are you using your? Because Shatter was an action, right?
Yeah, I have bonus action dashing right now.
Oh, right, Expeditious
Yeah,
Retreat.
'cause I
Okay,
was
so you're moving
50, yeah.
55 feet that way. Cool. All right.
Which I believe is
All
that.
right.
I'll double check it.
So, that is your turn, Esmeralda.
Yep.
Esmeralda is going to move. She's going to go right here within range of both of them. And she is going to do a shot towards the one on the lower one. Oh, also, I need to put the battle map on. Whoops. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. Everybody. Oh, what the heck? Why is it moving? Oh, whoops. It went on my other one. Whoops. Here, let's go back to that. So, I guess no battle map for now. I need to fix that.
We can see the map.
It was on my end. I don't want
Oh.
everybody to see all my secrets.
You sure?
Let's see. So, she's going to also use her Rite of the Dawn on her other crossbow, taking another 3 slashing damage. Okay. And she's going to shoot at the bottom one with her right, and crossbow damage. That is, natural 1. Fortunately, that misses. But then with her second attack, that hits, dealing 6 damage total. Okay. And that is her turn. Casimir is doing a death save.
Oh, he's still alive.
Okay. And that brings us to the Flame Skulls, who are going to... Let's see. We are going to do... On is 30 feet down, so that won't hit. Okay. Katya, I need you to do a dex save as another fireball shoots out from one of these.
Okay.
This is for 25.
20.
Pass, okay. And then the other one is going to do a I'm gonna roll between Vaughn and Arxes. That is Arxes. Arxes, you are going to be taking a magic missile shot.
Do it.
At 2nd level. That is 14 damage. Okay. That is their turn. Beatrice, you are up.
Okay, I am going to recede even farther back into this corner.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, focusing on the statue, I bring out an arcane device that's, it almost looks like one of those like weather aerial thing, or like those noise brillers. And I'm going to like rev it up and send out a dispelling magic frequency in the direction of the statue.
That's cool. Okay, sure. One
So
sec,
I'll
let me
ping
just
that in
double
the
check
chat.
something.
Target a
Believe-
creature,
yep, it
object, or
is
magical effect. Third level or lower, it automatically is ended. Anything else, I need to make a check.
And with that, you see that there is a being within there. This oddly fox-like creature, humanoid, but it has a snout, and you see it wearing these elegant wizard's robes. You see its tail moving just behind it as its hand seems to be reaching down towards Arxes. But
So can I cast Dispel Magic on?
you casted Dispel Magic on the darkness that has dissipated within this hooded figure, making
I
it
see.
so that you're able to see this.
You can see the wizard behind the curtain.
You can now
Got
see
it.
the wizard behind the curtain.
Got it, okay.
Pay no attention.
But that has no effect on, like, the fireballs, unfortunately.
Correct. Yeah, that would be more
that
of a
is
counter
my-
spell.
That is my turn.
Okay. Katya, you are up.
I'm gonna waddle on over here to this fire skull
Okay.
and do me a halberd attack.
Alrighty. 21 for 15 definitely hits, and that one is gone.
Can I move in between my attacks?
Yeah.
Is that allowed? Okay, then I'm gonna scoot
Waddle on over to
there.
the other one. Nice.
23.
23 for another 13 damage.
13 damage.
Nice. Okay, that is still alive, but it is flickering at the moment.
That's my turn.
Okay, Vaughn, you are up.
How tall is the statue?
The statue is 60 feet tall.
And the guy's at the top of it?
Correct.
In the mask?
Correct.
In that hood? Is it super climbable?
It is climbable. You would definitely have to pass some sort of an athletics check in order to get up that.
Okay, I would love to.
Okay, your movement would be half speed in order to get up that, but you can definitely do it. Okay.
I would like to attempt to climb.
Okay, go ahead and do an athletics check then.
All right, with
I love
advantage
how
because
we
I'm
all
raging.
Just left Casimir, like,
He's fine.
Casimir's just struggling for his life right now.
It's 31.
31.
We'll get back to
Okay.
that.
So,
It wasn't very nice.
how much movement do you have?
40.
40 left. Okay, so you moved 20 feet up, and you are about
Well,
40
no,
feet
I
from
moved
the.
40 feet up, so I can spend a dash bonus action to do as such.
Oh, I see. Okay, so then you are
Yes.
dashing to make it an extra 80 movement. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
How much will you let me scamper this man?
So it is 60 feet tall. Hey, Google, stop. I think it heard me.
Google, stop it.
So
Google's like a bad pet.
Yeah.
So you make your way up the statue 40 feet. Let's see. I would say that you're at the ledge of this hooded figure at the moment.
Am I within like
You know-
melee range?
You know, I like this idea. Okay, so you're able to climb up and you make it to the hands that are currently just in front of the chest of this. You're able to climb up onto that. That is 30 feet of your movement. I will have you do an acrobatics check, and if you succeed on this, you can jump over there, or you can go safe and follow your athletics roll.
What do you mean follow my athletics roll?
So if you
Like,
follow
just
your
stop
athletics
there?
roll, you would not stop here, but you would be just under the hood.
I mean, would I be within melee range of him? That's all I'm trying to do.
So not yet. If
Okay.
you're on the ledge, you wouldn't be within melee range, but you can attempt to jump, in which case you would be.
And that would have to be acrobatics.
It would have to be acrobatics.
Oh. Should I? That sounds fun, right? What's the worst that'll happen?
Do it.
Don't
Yeah.
act like we
Believe in
can
you.
stop you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an acrobatics check.
Okay,
You got
let's
it.
see it. 15.
I get a D3. So
Okay,
first of all,
okay.
be nice to me. So that's
16.
going to
I was
16. I can use a psionic knack if I have to.
okay. Do you know if you fail or not before?
If I fail a roll, I can use a psionic
Okay.
knack.
I was putting the DC at 16. So
Okay.
you are able to jump from the hands into the hooded figure, and you see this. Go ahead and do, I would say, I don't know if you would even know what this is, but go ahead and do a Arcana check.
All right, always. 24.
24. I would say even with that, like with your limited knowledge within here, you've heard of like these types of creatures, but you don't know the name of them. You know that they have spellcasting abilities and that they're demons. But
cute.
outside of that, yeah. So you are face to face with this creature within this hood.
And I have an action?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Okay.
Because
I would love to recklessly attack this
so hold on.
creature.
Okay, so your movement was 40.
Yes.
Right, and then you got to the statue,
And then I dashed, yes.
and then you dashed, but that was with your 40 movement would have been halved with your dash.
Okay, so no.
So then no, you would have had to
Heard.
use your action in order to get within this hooded figure.
I'll just kind of...
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Within this hood, you see a small little abode of interesting plants and
Ooh.
a cozy couch, and it looks like this is a relatively nice abode.
I could live here.
However, it is now this creature's turn, and now they shift their attention from Arxes to the one person that is currently in front of them, and don't know if they would want to do. Let's see.
What kind of vibes does this creature have? Strong?
Oh, very strong vibes.
Like, not like strong, like physically strong. Are they Are they swole? Do they go to like gym?
Oh, no, they are not physically swole.
Great.
But
Or are they magically swole?
they are magically swole for sure.
Great.
Shit. I don't know what to do in this situation.
Invite me over for tea.
Nothing is an option. You can always
think-
do nothing.
Right, yeah, it just
know?
stands there and be like, hey, what up?
Yeah, we could chat.
It is going
I wouldn't know
to-
what to do if Vaughn appeared in front
if
of
Vaughn
me,
just
so
scurried.
I probably would do
Give him
nothing
a
in that
hug.
situation.
I'd cry, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is going to...
Even demons need a good cry.
I like all of your plans. Can I sit on your couch?
You see it look in Terran, and then it disappears.
Ah,
That is its action.
Fun.
Arxes, you are up.
I cast lay on hands on myself.
Lay on
Not
hands,
cast,
okay.
but I just do lay on hands.
Sure,
And
sounds
I'm gonna
good.
give myself 30 hit points.
Okay. For your bonus action?
Because no, that's an action.
Oh,
And let me double check. This is also an action I can't. What I will do is, as a bonus action, I will use my Oh, wait a second. I know here now. I'm gonna use my Harness Divine Power to
Okay.
get back a second level spell slot.
okay.
And that's my turn.
Sounds good. Esmeralda is going to use both of her attacks to shoot at this final flame skull. 19 hits, 15 does not, but that is 12 down to 6. Okay. Casimir is going to do a death save. Okay.
he's still alive.
And
Who knows?
well, nobody's looking at him, so
Yeah.
Can I
it
see
is now the
vaguely
flame
across the
skull.
room?
No.
A ghost like you left me.
Okay, this thing is...
Just goes away.
This one is done at that, and it is going to do another magic missile
At who?
towards Esmeralda at second level, since that is all they can see. And that is 16 damage. Okay, Beatrice, you are up.
I don't have any sense of where that creature went from within
Correct.
the hood. Okay. I am going to. I am going to. Do I still have my detect thoughts up on the people in the room next door?
You do. Yeah, at this placement.
It
you
would
are-
be through some stone. I don't know if it's through 2 feet of stone.
Right. I would say that you're able to pick up the similar two people, but outside of that, I would say that it's too thick of stone to get through. So
Got it. Okay, on my turn, I would like to use. I believe. Do I have to use an action to listen to them?
that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think I have to use an action to
I think
activate
it's
it.
once you're connected. So you are already connected to one of them.
Okay. So can I hear what their thoughts are, and that will determine what my action is?
Sure. Hearing all of the explosions and things like that, you hear this person's direct thoughts of, what the hell is going on out there? We need to keep everyone in here. Everyone needs to stay back. We can't have it happen again. That is it.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my free speech, I think, because you can like say a word. Can I telepathically communicate with Vaughn from this distance? Okay.
That is a question for Vaughn.
That is
serve
a
them
question
now.
for my notes that tell me what I can do.
Vaughn, you are 115 feet away.
Unlimited range. I don't know.
You and the other creature must be within 1 mile of each other.
Sure,
Yeah.
so then yes.
So I communicate directly with you and only with you. Arxes is going to move to the top right of this room. That's his destination. Do not let him go on his own.
Should
And
I
then-
beat him there?
What was that?
Should I beat him there?
No, don't indicate that you know that's his destination.
Roger, roger.
And then I am going to cast. God, this is not a great fight for me. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself again.
Okay. Alrighty. Katya, you are up.
Oh, Skull's still alive. I thought Esmeralda killed it. I'm gonna poke it then.
Alrighty.
25.
Pokey.
25 hits, and that is enough to kill it.
And then I will just come down to the bottom floor
Alright.
there.
Yep.
And can I sense this demon anywhere around at all?
Looking around, go ahead and do a perception check. 16. You looking around, it's quiet again within here. The flame skulls being dead, it returns to that silence, and this creature does not seem to be visible at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna ready an action for if anything gets near me, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just try opening my mind and thinking really, really good intentions.
Okay.
Just thinking about how all the good I want to do, all the evil I want to kill.
Sounds
Just
good.
really thinking hard about that.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Could I have floated 5 feet to the right?
Sure.
Okay.
Vaughn.
Yes. Is there anything that stands out as immediately interesting in here aside from the plants and the couch?
Within here, let's see.
Maybe.
Outside of the just regular abode home looking area, there is a stairway that goes down. It seems like kind of like a tiny home situation where a lot of things have been placed in ergonomically and, efficient places.
Right.
But it is actually a really nice home in here. It's very homey and interesting how different it is from the rest of the environment. Outside of the stairway down, there doesn't seem to be anything of import here.
Well, I'll swipe up some plants regardless.
Okay, sure.
And then, where's this platform at? Like
That
height-wise?
platform is actually about 30 feet below you. Or I would say about 20 feet below you.
Oh, 20 feet?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna jump to it.
Okay. Go ahead and do a acrobatics check.
Not athletics? To
Not
do like a
athletics.
long jump?
All right. That makes sense. Sure.
29.
29. Yep. You make it. And you land on the other side of this balcony. You see there are 2 open doorways. And you have your movement still. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna get to a point where I can kind of stand between them and vaguely look into each.
Okay. In one of them, you see a lot of fallen candelabras.
Mhm.
And in another one, you see this giant amber statue.
Hmm.
Outside of that, that is about it.
Okay. I'm just going to. Oh, yeah, you were right. Just literally a bunch of fallen candelabras.
Yep. I don't lie.
Yeah, you don't. I'm gonna hold my action in case the being shows up. I'm
Okay.
gonna pretend that I don't know that
Yep.
was there.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to hold an attack if anything hostile appears within range of me.
Sounds good.
Mostly because I've got an eye out for demons, and that's it. Nothing else.
Of course.
Yep.
At this rate,
Arxes is technically a demon, just saying.
Well, I attack Arxes.
Yep.
Within range.
Technically.
Your ass is dead, bitch. Here we go.
at this rate, it seems like battle has subsided, as there is no other magical forces that happen. The overall silence of the room returns, but you're still left with the feeling of, where is this thing? Beatrice.
I'm now within 30 feet of our dear friend Casimir. I'd love to use my detect thoughts to press further into his mind unless it's no longer present.
You are, and with a crazy turn of events, that is a natural 20 on his final death save.
Oh.
Wow.
Nice.
This
Well,
motherfucker's
if I feel him coming back, like I assume I'm hearing him in his like final moment death feelings.
Yeah, I would say, I can't remember what the turn order was. Let's see if you go before. You
I
do
go
not.
after him.
So
Do
you
you have, like,
feel just
regret?
based off of the surface thoughts of like, fuck, that hurt.
Sure.
You could probe deeper if you would like, but he is
Well, if
currently
I feel
conscious.
him, would I be able to know that he's stabilizing
You
based on his thoughts?
Yeah, you could pretty much understand, like, oh my god, I thought that was dead. And yeah.
I instinctively like
Yeah. Shit.
clench.
Okay.
Kill him.
Well,
Kill him.
with the combat going away, we are going to go to break because that was a long one. Holy shit.
Mhm.
We are going to be giving away a copy of shit. Alice is missing. That's what it is today. If you are
nice.
interested in joining, you can go ahead and type the word !Amber in the chat. Outside of that, we will see you all in 15 minutes. See you all.
If none of you enter, I'll be mad. It's a good game.
It is a good game. All right, see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome
All
back.
right,
We're
we are going to
back.
be doing our giveaway. It is, of course, not surprisingly, Darth Caters. You have won. Alice is missing.
Congratulations.
It's
So-
such a good game. It's
We're
such
gonna-
a good game.
Gonna send that over to you. Outside of that, I'm back. My camera just stopped overheating.
For now.
Hopefully for the rest of the session, we'll see. Wow. Holy shit. What a fucking battle. You all now are within the Amber Temple. The silence coming back. The heat of battle receding. You just find yourselves battered and broken, and Casimir able to get up, despite all of your efforts to keep him dead.
I would like to say that I am not in that camp. I think I'm still nice. I would go over and like help him up and ask him if he's okay.
I mean, it was more neglect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I see him starting to get up?
We just didn't
It was just a
care
matter
if he
of,
died.
Okay, so
well,
then maybe, yeah. All right. Well,
It was my intention to have him die.
outside of that,
I was gonna get him up after. I was gonna walk over there and lay on hands.
Do I see him
but-
start to get up?
you do see him start to get up.
I'm
I
gonna
help
send
him
a message to Beatrice. It's like, damn, I wish he had died.
it would have been more convenient.
Did I tell you what happened? He cast a spell on me during our watch.
What spell?
Do I know it was suggestion?
I mean, you know that you were charmed.
It was a charm spell of some variety. He asked me to go to bed. And I went.
I see. Well, That's
Next
good
time
to
we
know.
have an opportunity.
I don't want to cause a rift, but I am not going to be saving him by any means.
I thought we could maybe, I don't know, chat and bond, but he decided that I was worth a spell slot, for lack of a better word.
Well, he's not worth any of ours.
There's some candelabras up here. And a big, scary statue.
When I got the Arxes vision earlier, did I know which door? Or did I just know it was that way?
You just knew that it was that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And Arxes, you feel something pulling you to the back right still. But it's like amorphous. It is just a pull towards that direction. No distinct directions where.
I start going that way. I just start walking. I'm not rushing or anything. I just start going over there.
Sure.
As far as I know, nobody knows, so he's taking his time.
Yeah.
I communicate telepathically to everyone a little bit about the people in the room. And also saying, like, they don't seem dangerous. It seems that they also came in here and were attacked. They don't have any intention to re-enter. But we should take a short rest. That was rather brutal.
Understandable. Are we resting?
That's
we-
for you to figure out.
There's a lovely little tiny home all inside of that statue, by the way. There was a couch, at least.
Can we get into the statue?
Oh, you just gotta climb in through the face. Or there might be another entrance somewhere. I don't want to know where the other entrance is.
No, climbing is not my strong suit, at least not in this. As I say, as I continue walking towards.
Arxes,
The
can you
back
come
right.
here and check there's nothing through this door? The one by me?
Upstairs?
No, I'm underneath the balcony and there's a door leading, like, backwards underneath.
Oh, yeah, I was not on this before.
No,
Yeah.
I was not either.
Nobody
secret
was.
map.
I had just moved you guys
Yes.
down to the lower level.
Where?
So I'm saying come
Oh,
check there's
this
nothing
here?
through this door.
Oh, this door. Yeah, expeditions, I don't know, how long has it been 10 minutes since the fight started?
No. It has only just
Well.
ended, and it was just under a minute. So I would say that it is probably around like 2 minutes so far.
Yeah, I still have 8 minutes left, so I dash over there.
Okay. Dashing over, you come to these
I'll
two
divine sense.
doors. Divine sense. Okay. There's nothing that strikes you from these doors. But again, that feeling of darkness all around is definitely present.
There's nothing this way. At least that I can tell. My ability is not foolproof. Anything outside of celestial fiends or undead will escape my divine sense.
Now, you feeling all right? That thing peered into your mind. Didn't seem to like what it found there.
Don't think it did. There are many things in my mind that people would find uncomfortable. Many memories, many pains.
Many things a fiend would find uncomfortable. What are you thinking that is going to make some self-proclaimed guardian of this temple so uneasy?
Self-proclaimed guardian. That's just that, isn't it?
I'm aware enough to know when someone is evading a question, Arxes. I made you a promise. If I don't trust you, I will take you out.
Thank you. And I turn away and start walking back towards the right side of the temple.
I'm going to hop down from the balcony.
Okay, go ahead and do deck save as you're falling down. It is 30 feet below.
Of course. I'll rage as I'm falling.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a natural 20.
Fucking 20.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll just say you take 4 damage. Take
Great.
off one of them. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna insight. I'm inciting everybody.
Okay.
I pop on down.
Go ahead and just do an insight. But, I mean, Beatrice isn't hard to read. She's very much
That's
knowing
a
that you, even with a 7, I would say that you know that Beatrice is up to something. She knows something. She's trying to get something out of you. With a 7, Vaughn just looks like they jumped down. That's about it. But they are standing in your way.
Sorry, I raged.
Of course.
Make a little check. I can teleport to 30 feet within an occupied space I can see.
Then just take that 4 damage back because you'll just teleport down.
Lovely little 4 damage, yeah. I'll check out this door that's near me, very conveniently.
You're gonna go to that one?
Door.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll check it out. I'll investigate it, check for traps, see if it's locked, all the kind of classic rogue things.
Of course. It is indeed locked. Go ahead and do a investigation check.
Okay. Can do. Natural 20.
Fucking what the hell, dude?
So many.
Oh, sorry. Wait. I also get a D.
tonight.
I get a D3 still.
Of course. Yeah. Duh.
I'm gonna take this moment. I'm gonna clue Katya in on what's going on with Arxes as well, telepathically.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Let's see now. A lot of notes to go through.
Oh, it's that locked and trapped?
Wow.
No, just everything in
It's so
general.
trapped.
I'm getting to the
You're trying to find like specifically this door has
Right.
this instead of like every door has this, this, and this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So found it. This one is indeed locked.
Great.
As far as it goes for that 28 investigation,
Mhm.
you don't see any locks on it,
Okay.
which leads you to believe that it is magically locked.
Perfect.
And you can see runes on it that seem to
Oh, damn
have
it.
some
The
sort
wrong
of
person.
trigger.
Don't look at that.
I didn't see it at all. Bestie.
You don't see it.
I didn't see it at
secret
all.
messages.
No, it's fine.
I love
Oh,
it so
shit.
much. Oh no.
Wait, where would you
Okay.
message this? Am I the only one not on this message?
I think it might be over
Don't worry.
Discord, and I think
I didn't get anything either.
I think Extell probably sent a private
It's like
message
someone
to the
you
wrong
had someone
person.
else's group, you had someone else's chat open. It looked like
because-
instead of the
yeah.
person you thought.
Don't worry about it.
I wonder what Arxes is gonna do
Oh,
next.
I love it.
Don't know.
That's so good.
So, Vaughn, you see runes on this door that seem to it is arcane. It is magically locked, and you see that there is probably some sort of a trap on that. Something is triggered. You're not entirely sure what, but something is triggered if this door opens.
But like, there's no like visible way of seeing it open because there's no like lock. Is there like a handle on the door? Just like no visible lock.
There are no handles on the door. It is just a double door of amber.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Sure.
All right.
I am keeping an eye specifically on Arxes just in case he is doing anything odd.
Of course, yeah. I figured out, regardless of whatever DM is being sent to whoever, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
You know, yeah.
Who's to say what happened?
Who's to say?
For her.
I didn't see anything.
No, you didn't. Thank you.
I'm kind of like I've helped Casimir up, and I kind of like dust him off and I say, "Are you okay? Are you feeling all right?"
He is slowly making his way down the stairs and kind of looking around. I'm okay. I feel like a rest is in order for us to continue. I don't know how much further I can go.
Can I like carry him up into the statue's mouth and just kind of like slop him in there and let him rest for a minute?
The statue is 40, the opening is 40 feet high. There is like an entrance, but Vaughn hasn't really like shown where that is, nor talked about it. Oh wait, no, you did talk about it.
Yeah, they said I can get it in the face. So
We're
I'm
able
gonna
to find.
I just spider climb up the
spider
thing,
climb. Duh.
and I
Yeah.
like feed Casimir to the statue.
Okay.
I'm like, rest in there. We'll be with you shortly.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get down and kind of like just keep an eye on Arxes and see what the hell's going on here.
Okay. As you're walking up with Casimir, you're probably at the base. You see Arxes start running,
I shoot him.
breaking into a run, and since you have a reaction, since you were readying yourself for something like that, I would say you get a shot.
Okay. I'm taking out a bow gun, which I rarely use, which is loaded with a single +1 bullet that has been modified.
Yep.
I'm going to shoot him.
Which
Okay.
direction is he running?
He is running towards you, Vaughn.
Oh, great.
Do I get advantage for this being surprise?
I don't feel like Arxes is
He's
surprised that
not
you're
surprised.
attacking him. So
You did just say you were going to put him down.
That, yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, this is a +1 to whatever I roll.
Okay.
That
A
will hit.
20.
That hits. Dealing.
And then,
Does that arcane firearm count to this? I don't think it does.
no, I don't. I don't think
Okay,
I
so
have.
7?
No, it's not this weapon. It's a different weapon.
Right. So that is 7 damage to you, Arxes.
Okay.
And that's your reaction, right?
That's my action. And as that hits, the pain is not what strikes you most because that almost immediately numbs as a sleep spell takes effect.
So,
Ooh.
with all of the time that Beatrice had been working on potions, instead, she has been concocting a failsafe for Arxes. Something that would put you down, but not out. Go ahead and roll that sleep spell damage to see if you are able to knock him out.
How many hit points does Arxes have right now?
It's a good question.
He's got 24.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
After
low.
the damage.
Okay. The sleep spell, because it is cast at 3rd level into the bullet, is 98.
98.
Let's just hope you don't roll
98?
once.
It's possible, but not
It
great.
is possible, but average out.
Thank
Okay.
you, roll 20 on that.
Arxes, you begin breaking into a sprint, trying to make your way up, and you see him pointing up towards the balcony as he's about to turn into mist. Mist is completely covering him. He is almost going to teleport up until you get shot in the back, and you can't concentrate until you fall onto the ground unconscious. Now, sleep
1 minute.
lasts for 1 minute unless somebody wakes him up. So you have 1 minute to figure out what you're doing. Katya, you're like carrying Casimir towards the, or at least he's walking with you. And then you see this shot entering into not Extell, sorry.
Extell.
To Arxes. And Arxes,
Beatrice is here.
I would even say with the velocity of what you were like running, you see him skidding onto the ground and falling asleep. Vaughn, you see this as well, as Merelda does, and I would say that everybody pretty much huddles around Arxes at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna set Casimir down. I'm just
say
like, here,
he's
just
like right around there.
give me a
Pulling
minute.
out rope.
Sure.
Strip him.
Yep.
He was turning.
Mm.
So
We
what do we
can't
do?
get
Do
his
we
sword,
kill him?
tragically. Yeah.
No, bind him.
I'll start to tie a rope around this man.
I hope.
I'll hog tie him.
Gag him as well.
Esmeralda is very much trying to just keep an eye out for any danger.
And I would like, I don't know if this is possible, but can I, using my helm, can I try to like peer into his mind with detect thoughts? How would that work if he's
Okay.
unconscious?
That's a good question. I feel like detect
probably
thoughts
dreaming.
still works, right? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
I would like. Can I try and detect thoughts, but not on him, on the creature instead? The thing
On-
within.
Oh. Well, in order to do this, you need to target a creature, which Arxes
Right.
is the closest one. You can try searching for something within Arxes, but to do that, you would have to go deeper into his mind. Other creatures to attempt to probe deeper. Let's see. Focus on any one creature that you could see within 30 feet. If the creature you choose. So yeah, I mean, even with him being unconscious, it still works.
Yeah.
What surface thoughts do they hear, Arxes?
Surface thoughts. He is he's aware that put him to sleep, correct? He's
Yeah.
pissed.
Or knocked him out, at least.
He is angry. There's probably a flashback of Strahd taking control of him and then him slicing up all of his friends. He is not happy
Cool.
at all. You probably never felt so much rage from him. He's his aura, if it was up, would feel oppressive instead of comforting.
Do you attempt to go deeper?
First things first is actually with this Helm of Telepathy, I'm allowed to cast a telepathic message as an action, and as a bonus action, the target can respond, so I can communicate with him while he's asleep.
Okay.
I would assume.
This will be interesting. Yeah, I would say so. Sure. I like this idea.
Mhm.
If he's able to think about how pissed off he is at you, I imagine he'd be able to respond to a telepathic message. So, what message do you send to the unconscious Arxes?
Who are you mad at? Me? Yourself? Is this really what the noble Arxes Ozonus saw himself doing, charging off like a child under the behest of some dark entity he doesn't even understand?
What made you think that I thought I was noble? What piece of anything that I've done made you think that I am righteous in any way? I said, take me out. This is the worst thing you could have done to me.
Is it? I'm surprised.
I would much rather you have killed me.
Oh, I can still do that. That
Don't
really
do
depends
it.
on how you handle this conversation.
I will do what I must to protect my family. You may think it be wrong. Hell, it might be. But if it ends in Strahd's death, then I don't give a shit. As long as he's no longer a threat to them, I don't care what happens to me. I tried once before, failed.
And you will fail again. Arxes, I am not some fool that was going to sit by and let you do as you will. I have been studying you. And you know what I have learned? You are not quite you anymore. There is something within you that is scraping and clawing and chipping away at what is left of you. Anything that cares about your wife, your daughter, your lost loves will be gone, and you will be the next one sitting up on that throne, looking down on the dark lands of Ravenloft. You know this. Look at yourself. Look at these. And I don't know how this manifests, but you feel like this casting presence of like, look at all these blotches across your memory and character. This anger, I'm glad you feel it, because at least I know there's something left of the man that brought all these people here. I am giving you one chance. Or we will kill you. And then
If
no
you
one will be
continue to
around to
try-
protect your wife or daughter.
And stop. I feel like you feel his, gaze. Is that a threat to my family?
You are a threat to your family. But I'll tell you this, because I am...
If
Sorry.
you continue to try to oppose me, you will make an enemy of me. So I suggest you end it now. Or step aside.
If that's really how you want to handle this, then you're not going to wake up. I'm going to try and pry deeper into his mind. I'm going on the aggressive. I'm trying to find anything left of this man.
Okay. Go ahead and do a wisdom save, Arxes. Unless you are willing.
Is it 27?
I doubt you are. Okay,
Yeah.
27.
Yeah.
Actually, you know
fierce
what? I'm going to let it happen.
blockade from that. You're going to
Okay.
let it
I'm going to
happen?
let it happen.
Yes. The drama, yes.
Okay. You at first feel this Yeah. You at first feel this giant wall of black fire keeping you from entering that finally parts, allowing you full visage of the inner thinkings and memories and thoughts all of Arxes. You see picture after picture of loss, grief, anger, feeling of deep hate. What are you looking for as you probe deeper? You now see in clear picture the vision that you had felt, but now in front of you, like a moving picture, this vision of Arxes walking down a set of stairs, turning, killing undead, and destroying this sarcophagus. Again, you feel that pull coming from somewhere to the top right of this area, this back corner.
I want to look for memories of interaction with the Kingmaker.
Okay.
And I want to look for evidence that that thing is going to kill Arxes' family.
Okay.
And I'm trying to prove to Arxes that this person will not do what he is asking. It will give him the power, and then it will put him in power and wreak havoc on the rest.
Okay.
I'm gonna start, I'll call out, I'll go for if I can go for intimidation and pointing at these memories of Arxes in his most violent when the Kingmaker is present, being like, is that the face of a man who cares about Leyland? Is that the face of a man who cares about Aurora? Don't you think it'd be much more satisfying for that man to rip them apart, limb from limb? Isn't that what the Kingmaker wants? Don't be a fool.
As you probe deeper, you find the first contact. These talons gripping into Arxes. You see his home back in Kresk. Everyone is gone. He's alone, working on his sword that he hasn't taken out in ages. Looking deeply in it, and you just, in this third-person view, seeing Arxes sharpening it, see this giant flaming figure, its talons deep inside of the shoulders, looking over Arxes, whispering into his ear. Then your vision cuts to when he's fighting Archibald. You see the Kingmaker guiding each of his strikes. Then it cuts again and you see the dream that he had, with the Kingmaker making promises of power, seeing him cutting down the final member of his previous party, then looking to Strahd and feeling this surge of power until you see he then decapitates Strahd. Then it cuts and you see the Kingmaker speaking to him just outside of Berez, speaking of how he needs to make them bow to him. You see him in Valakai looking to all of the people there and feeling this nature of, I am the one that needs to control them. They are my people. I am their king. And each step of the way, Moonshade, Berez, Valakai, Kresk, the winery, you see this giant figure of flame guiding each and every movement of Arxes, leading him to where he is now. And as you come here, your thoughts can fill in the gaps. Those are my people. I need to kill Strahd. Learning of what the dark powers are and who Vampire is and how Strahd got the power that he did, it is very possible that whatever is taking over Arxes is trying to take over Barovia through Arxes. And as you come to that realization, you feel a pushback In this situation, I need you to do an intelligence check against
Just
my
flat
intelligence
intelligence?
check, not Arxes.
Okay, so I just make an intelligence check. Okay.
Correct.
Oy, oy, oy.
My intelligence is trash.
15, I will flash of genius to a 20.
Okay. I did not.
It's not a save, right? No, it is a
Correct.
save. Yeah, it's a save. It doesn't matter. Doesn't
I
matter.
did not beat your score. So you are still very much connected to Arxes. You find all of that information, and you can continue to search for more information if you'd like.
At this point, whatever this experience feels like, after taking this tour of Arxes' memories, I asked him almost casually, do your wife and daughter take you as the kind of women who would bow?
I would never make them, or even attempt to.
Do you think that thing will want them to? Gesturing up to this ever-present, it has one clear intention: make everyone bow to it. How do you think it will react when they fail to bend a knee?
He takes a moment to think. Jonny, I just sent you a message.
Sure.
Role-playing against another PC and trying to convince them is so frustrating because I'm like, let me roll a persuasion check!
I know.
Gosh dang it!
I feel like the original version of Arxes than the way he looks normally without the crown and the curled horns and no fire and whatnot around him. Purple and there's red. His tail fades into red at the tip, and so does his ears. And he looks at you and he goes, and this is my mind, right? He waves his hand, and there's, he takes you to his house. He's there, sitting on a stool, looking at a miniature version of 8-year-old Leyland, playing in the yard. And he says, "This was the same day that Aurora was taken." I said I hadn't grabbed my sword in 20 years, but that's a lie. I rushed back this day to grab my sword. I did. And then he points to it, in the corner, stood up. Then I saw her. What would she have done if she lost both of us? You may think I was a noble father. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, I don't know. I'm not the one to judge that, but I couldn't leave her. And then he waves again and it flash forwards. I never told her what happened. I told her her mom was killed. She took it hard. Started studying her books, reading into her things, training to become a cleric like her mom. Such a good kid. And you see Arxes working on his hammer, and then you see Leyland run up to him, and she asks him something, and he just kind of one word answers her. I was cold as a father. I didn't know what to do. I was in no shape to be a single parent. Not even sure if I was single at this point. I wasn't. I know that now, but look at me. She needs attention. She wants attention from me, but I couldn't give it to her. And then he waves again. He's in front of Castle Ravenloft. Him and his friends are lined up to fight Strahd. They start going. Look, that's Jarvis. He was my boyfriend at the time.
Handsome man.
Yeah. He's an elf cleric standing in the back, trying to heal everybody during the fight. And those are my other party members. There's Stone. And, Samantha. Stone is a monk, Samantha's a barbarian. They were my friends for a very long time, inseparable since we were children. We came here to free the land of Strahd. We had heard some sort of thing from someone's place was being tormented, and we came to help. Traveled, and we wound up here. And then this is the moment where Strahd hits Arxes with the suggestion. Or charm person. And then you watch as he slashes each of them. This was the moment that I broke. I wasn't a good father to Leyland because I was still healing from this. How could I force that onto my child? Be alone with her? I thought it best to keep my distance, so that she wouldn't have to deal with a father that was broken. In the end, it still broke her. I'm not noble. I'm very aware that this may be the end of me. But look. Muhammad taught us to exact justice. Does that man looks like he is undeserving of being brought to justice? He leans in very close to you. I'll tell you the truth, Beatrice, because I think you're the only one who would not judge me. I deserve to die.
You may not be wrong.
But I also want to protect my family. And this is it's the only way that I can achieve both.
Begin to see that fiery figure appearing behind him as he says those last words to you. I would like you to do another intelligence check. Mind you, you are dangerously close to the end of this sleep spell.
Right. 19.
Do you want to use your...
Let me check if I know if I can use it before. I feel like I want to. Yeah, I'm going to use it.
Okay.
I still have a couple left on 19, so that's going to be a 24.
Okay. You feel this push against you. Not from Arxes. I think of You ever play Kingdom Hearts at the very end of the game when, what's his name? Oh, shit. What's his fucking name?
Big fan.
Ansem?
That's it. With the monster just behind him, and he doesn't do anything. He's just crossing his arms, and then the monster does all the attacks. That is very much what happens.
Reference, you guys. It makes sense.
This monster reaches from behind him, pushing you away, and you feel yourself still in this appearance of Castle Ravenloft, getting almost shunted off of the bridge that connects both the land to Castle Ravenloft. You feel yourself getting pushed almost to the edge, but you stand steadfast, understanding that you have mere moments to do something about any of this.
Okay.
Everybody that's outside of Arxes's thoughts, all of you begin to see him beginning to erupt in black flames.
The last thing I want to do is, as it's attacking me, I would like to, can I change my form or summon like a memory to me that I've like seen?
Sure, I like this idea. I really like this back and forth.
As it blasts, I want Arxes through that to hear the moment of Leyland saying, Dad, why won't you come play with me? The sword can wait, can it? As like that is being blasted by this. And I also want to show a moment of Leyland, little stubborn Leyland, not wanting to do some moment of like Dad telling her to do something and her not doing it, and showing like, and in that moment, kind of mimicking her voice, or like in this memory space, mimicking her voice, calling out to the creature that is attacking us, saying, I'll never bow to you. You'll have to kill me. I will not let you take my father from me.
What does Arxes do?
I think there's a tear that comes down his eye that kind of sizzles away as the flames are there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for trying.
At that, you see his entire form erupt in this black flame. Everyone that is outside of...
I'm casting Hex on him.
Okay, casting Hex.
Mm-hmm.
Beatrice, you are thrown out of this memory. Everyone, now Beatrice, you see the form of Arxes erupt into this black flame, this form of dread. The form that you had seen in the detect thoughts from before the flame wall, the coating of that black flame creating some sort of a creature surrounding Arxes. You see Arxes breaking out of that sleep spell and standing up.
Is he tied up?
No, he's not. He's not standing up, this bitch.
I mean, I'm guessing the fire burned away all the rope.
The fire burns away the ropes.
I assume Katya and I are holding him.
Sure.
Yeah.
As Arxes awakens, you feel the sheer force behind his movements. He is stronger, and he is undoubtedly deadlier than you had ever seen him before. His eyes are completely black, with flames erupting out of them. The crown above his head erupting in that black flame, his horns growing even longer into points just next to the crown above him. And as you're holding on to him, those eyes of fire look to each of you. We will pick up there next week and see how this ends. Because, holy shit.
Jesus.
Oh, man. This is gonna be
I
fucking
tried so
cool.
hard. I tried
just kill
so
him.
hard.
Whew. I love it.
My face is so warm right now. I'm so flushed.
Oof.
I fucking love it so much. All right.
Tune
Well,
in next time.
Till next time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Please consider following or subscribing to our channel. And if you're watching the recording of this episode, thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe on YouTube, and give us 5 stars on Spotify, and leave us a 5-star review on all the other places. Make sure to follow us on social media at TalkingXP. And this week, Map Maven, we're going to be doing Wednesday night at 4:30.
No, Wednesday at 7.
At 7 p.m.,
And
we're going to be doing the Map Maven stream.
And we're going to be
Join
doing
us
a
for
shape challenge. So we're going to be taking a weird shape from real life, not a randomly generated shape, like an actual shape, like a guitar or something, and turning it into something in Photoshop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. Cool.
Yeah, it is kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And all of you should join us
Reminder.
7 p.m. Wednesday.
Reminder for next time, Big has a free reroll.
Oh, that means we all have one.
Okay. Yeah. So, with that, thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to level up, and we will see you all for Ravenloft Misfits next Monday. Whew. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.